Kelsey here with Play Some Bud Pottery. Today we're going to make this cute little bud vase. So, in case you're curious, it is 3 ounces of clay that I used to make this little guy. So I've already got my clay on here. I'm going to go ahead and center it. I'm going to start off by creating a seal between the little piece of clay and the potter's wheel. You do this by simply dragging your index finger along the top of it like this until it creates this nice little seal. We're gonna get that better. There we go. So now I'm gonna add some water to it, and I'm just gonna simply center it. So when you're centering a piece this small, it's difficult to show you, but I'm coning it up like this, and then I'm gonna press it down. When you're centering a piece this small, you use your left hand to press it down, and you simply just roll your thumb over the top of it. If you're centering a larger piece of clay, you use this side of your right hand and press down on the top. So I'm going to open it up. Typically we open up with our thumbs, but because it's such a small piece of clay, we're going to open it up with our middle finger. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out all in one time. And you're not pulling it out very far, maybe about an opening of about 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. And I already did the, so you go in and out several times. And I did that while I was pulling it out. So now I prepare it to pull up. And I do that by simply pinching it between my middle finger and thumb on the left hand and pressing down on the top. So that just recenters the clay and allows you to have an easier time of pulling up the piece. So you add just a little bit of water to the inside. And I'm simply going to push it up the side of my middle finger here on the left hand. So don't worry about it being a little bit bobbly there at the top, that's okay. I'm going to push in, I'm going to, on the outside, push out on the inside and create this little form here. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up again, keeping it in that nice cone shape. And then I'm going to cut the top off. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to collar it in and create a little bit more dimension within the piece. So I'm going to push it up a little bit here because it needs it, and then I'm going to collar it in here. Just like this. Add a little bit more water, and then just straight up and down. So we do it straight up and down on a small piece like this to make sure that the rim is all even, and see how it's bouncing around. I'm going to have to cut it off again, but I'm going to do that in the finishing process. So I'm going to take away this clay that's on the outside. And then I'm going to use this Cheryl mud tool. I've used it so often that it already has a little shape to it. So I'm gonna support the inside of the top of the piece. I'm only going down into the piece about this far, and that's just to keep it really on center. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the body of the vase with my Cheryl mud tool. What I'm doing right now is 2 things. I'm cleaning off the outside of it and creating a nice little round body at the bottom. Then I'm going to go in with my metal rib and add in a little bit of an accent line here, and then create the nice little curve that I like at the top. So I'm going to add a little bit of accent to the top of this, to the rim of the piece here. I'm going to support on the outside and push it out. And right there. I'm going to go back in and take through this line that's right here. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to use this small piece of plastic It really is just a piece of dry cleaning plastic that's been folded over multiple times to give it a nice smooth edge. And I'm going to use it to clean off the edge of the top of the little vase that's right here. And see how it's nicely in center now? So I ended up not having to cut that off. So that's the advantage of not worrying about something until you need to. So I'm going to look at the outside of it now and make sure that it has the nice little profile that I like it to have. I'm going to stop the wheel and look down at it from the edge. And there are some things that I see that I want to change. I want to add back in this accent line that was right here. And I want to change the shape of the body slightly to make it more round. It was a little bit squatty, and I want it to be more round. So get it there, and then I'm going to add back in a little bit more definition here. And these defining lines, the purpose of them is to catch the glaze and not let it move around a lot. So this piece is done, but I want you to see the lines that are happening here. These lines right here catch the blue glaze and don't let it go too far down into the darker blue glaze. So they act in the finishing process to really catch the glaze, and they act as a nice defining visual line in the center here. Okay, thanks for watching.